Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's daily portrait drawing live stream. Quite late in the day for me today, but that's just how it is. It's so good to have you here. Rachel is here, who's been on holiday for the first time in years, and I would love you to tell me if you were here. It looks like I'm lagging in the live stream. Let me know if I am. Um, I've changed some of the settings in my streaming stuff. Let me know how I sound. Because if I sound good, then that's good. But it looks very laggy. Um, Hello, Martina. So nice to have you here. I'll just switch off my big face camera so that hopefully I'm not so laggy. And we can have a look at this. Look, my new Patreon tutorial is uploaded as of a half an hour ago. And in it, we do two portraits, a high key portrait study, and a low key portrait study. So here focusing on dark values, all with ink, with the calligraphy pen, ink wash process like I have been using recently. A bit of a lag. Whoo. But now that I've shrunken my head, is it better? Um, I hope so. So yeah, we work on these two portraits, and I would love you to join my Patreon if you haven't already, because you'll be able to follow along with this weekend. I've released it. This is my new thing. On the third weekend of each month, I'm going to release my tutorial. So it's fitting to the theme of the month, which has been values. And rather than waiting until next month, after I've finished the monthly theme, you can just spend this weekend, if you like, working on these portraits, and we'll be exploring high key and low key value together. Leah says no lag. That's good. Rachel, I'm glad you think those portraits are awesome. Yeah, so I would love people to work on these portraits with me and to tag me, share your work. Let's grow and learn together. Shrunken head, no lag. Excellent. Oh dear. I've got this YouTube warning saying YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. Oh dear. Yeah, so I've changed some settings in the hope that I can do high resolution live streaming, and now I seem to be lagging. But I'll figure all of this out, and thank you for being here with me, figuring it out together. Let's do our daily portrait, shall we? So this, once again, is from the Photobooth book by Babette Hines. Thank you very much, Babette, for putting together this incredible book full of so many wonderful vintage photos. I just wanted to show you the worn edges of this image. So cool, but I'm going to crop it so I can get in a bit closer to the portrait. Because maybe you're watching this on your phone, who knows? And this way, you'll get to see the portrait much bigger. And it's interesting that we get to see these images much bigger than they would have been printed originally. Hola, Lewis. Good evening. So nice to have you here. Hello, dear friends of the internet. I love you all. It's always nice seeing your names pop up in here. I have an exciting announcement to make. In addition to the exciting news of my latest Patreon tutorial being live, just dropped it 40 minutes ago. I've lined up a guest for Drawn Together this month, and it is none other than Julia. I've just got to check. I think Bungert. Wait a minute, Julia. It's just sorry, I had a book illumination, medieval book illumination artist. Yeah, Julia Bungert. Julia Bungert. Julia, who is an incredible medieval book illumination artist who does these really cool calligraphic letters and pet portraits and all sorts of wonderful things, has done some illustration for a Monty Python game, which is pretty exciting. Really looking forward to having a chat with her on Thursday. That'll be on the Drawn Together channel. So for our Drawn Together friends, I'm happy to be able to share with you that we have a guest lined up. Nana, so nice to have you here. Yeah, it's good to be amongst friends. I apologize for the lag, but the picture is crispy clear, right? Let's do this portrait. I put my reference on my iPad, and it was totally flat just before I wanted to stream. So that was exciting too. Just in the spirit of being well prepared. So I've got it plugged in. How am I going to do this? Come over here. Hope that this book doesn't fall off my easel. Bedtime. Thank you for joining me just before bedtime. All right, hopefully the book will stay put. Hopefully everyone can see what's going on. Hopefully I can see. It's almost like I'm still getting ready for this live stream. Thank you. You can already start drawing. You get some bonus time for this one. As I prepare, you get to already start drawing. Okay, I think I'm ready. I'm going to put a 5-minute timer on and then another 5-minute timer. Let's do it. So thank you to whoever this wonderful person is. Thank you to Martina, who's here, who recommended this book to me called Photobooth, which is full of incredible photos. It's really, really cool. There are so many photos in there, and it's so nice. So much mystery. So many wonderful faces. And I know nothing about them. All right, 5 minutes. So this may not be very precise, but it's going to get done. And this 10-minute portrait practice is super beneficial because I can't be too precious about the time frame. I'm just like, I just got to get something done. And that's great because I also got to get to bed. So I was thinking about today how in the watercolor month, I really spent a lot of time during the live streams. I think on average, the streams were more like 50 minutes. And so it's good to be back into some 10-minute portrait practice. And there have been comments, people saying like, is there like a plan, a timetable for when these streams are going to be? How can we get in on the live streams? And all I can say is that there was a plan. The planned phase has passed, and now it's just like whenever I can do it. And I'm reconsidering things because so much has changed. Like back in winter, my kids would just go to bed at 9, and then at 9 o'clock I could live stream, and then it got a bit later because the kids weren't asleep at 9, so 9:30. And for a while it was regularly that time. But now I think they just don't sleep anymore. So a lot of things have changed. And I've been wondering things. So I used to do, it's been almost 7 months now that I've been doing near daily live streams. And I used to do a live stream every 2 weeks in which I do like 10 portraits, 10-minute portraits. I think sometimes it was like that. We'd spend 2 hours together, 10 portraits. I'd have my Zoom room open and we'd hang out in Zoom and we'd chat, and that was really cool. And I've been wondering, perhaps over the summer months, to do a return to that format. Because it's just been like unpredictable and challenging keeping up with the daily streams, even though it's just 10-minute portraits. Those of you who are like, hey, what's up with your schedule? How can we know when you're going live? Well, you can't know. So I was thinking, perhaps for the sake of reliability and to maybe change the format a bit, that I may after this month, I think I'll keep going for this month, but after this month, perhaps, because the kids are going to be home from school and a lot of things are different, so I'm thinking that I might switch back to weekly streams for a while and see what happens. But in those weekly streams, we'll do at least 7 portrait sketches, maybe more. And I'll have my Zoom room open. And there'll be giveaways, because every time I did one of those live stream multi-portrait sketch sessions, I would give away an original to someone who was there in the stream. That was always fun. And also, because I haven't done them for a while, I haven't done those giveaway live streams. And in that time, I've gone from 20. So since the start of this year, I think I've gone from 20 to 22,000 Instagram followers. And I've reached 5,000 YouTube subscribers. And I used to do these 1,000 benchmark giveaway live streams. And so I'm overdue for those. So though it may be sad that for a time, the daily practice will continue, because I will still keep sharing daily reference images in the Discord server. But the daily format may be changing to a weekly format. But the cool thing is that then we'll be able to hang out in Zoom together. And you can also just be here live, or you can catch the replays. But yeah, it's going to be a bit different, and it's going to be really cool. And sometimes it's just interesting to change things up a bit. So this is just me thinking about this right now and just giving it to you how I'm thinking it in my tired state. That could be a great way. That we won't miss out on any portrait practice, because maybe we'll even sketch more faces than in the daily setup. That was 5 minutes. Let's keep going. Another 5 minutes. Hi, Eddie. Martina, you just ordered the book and got it for $7. You got it for less dollars than I got it. I think my copy actually came from the Netherlands. Yeah, interesting. But there is a link to this book. There are many links. There is a link to this in the description associated with this live stream, and you can follow that link. If you buy anything, if you use Amazon, and I respect you hugely if you don't, but if you do, you could follow the link, and you could get the pen that I use. You could maybe find a used copy of the Photobooth book, and I would get a commission, which is kind of strange. Just because you buy a thing by following a link that's on this video. The German link is no longer there, because they were like, you haven't sold enough, so we're going to take away your link. But maybe if you go to the US link and redirect it to Germany, maybe it will work anyway. Who knows? But yeah, maybe you could get the book too. It's a very cool book. I look forward to you also possessing it, Martina. So I had put it out there because I have this really cool book of mugshots from the 1920s, and it was like, oh, it'd be so cool to have another book which is as cool as this book, full of cool references, and we could draw from them together. And Martina was like, check out this book, this looks cool. I was like, that does look cool, I'm buying it. But Martina actually wanted it, and there was only one copy, and I got it. But now Martina has another copy, so that's great. This is fun. I like how this is turning out. Hi, Ike. Nice to have you here. Whoa, this is really dark. Here we go. Hello, you're just popping in quickly to say hi. Have a good rest of the stream. Thank you very much just for popping in here. Maybe you're about to go sleep. I'm about to go sleep after this live stream, and there's only like 3 minutes left because it's a 10-minute portrait practice. I'm getting back into the 10-minute portrait practice rhythm. And yeah, there's things. I just said about things, that things may be changing after this month because the kids are going to be here. There's only 3 weeks of school left. So things are definitely changing. There's something in this brush which is a bit red. So I don't know if you can really tell, but I see a clear redness in the ink, which is interesting. Okay, I'm gonna put this dark edge to my Photobooth photo and about to, I don't have much space up here. So just make some space and put this border around here. This spread is looking really cool. I like it. All of these Photobooth photos. There's something magical about these photos. I don't know when they're from. I don't know who these people are. But I've been wondering about the Photobooth photo because there's so many interesting images. And I wonder, are these people, is this a photo for themselves? Is it a photo for a loved one? Is it a photo for a passport? Like, I wonder what the context is. Some of the, like, just some of the looks are so like lovely and loving. There's some super funny images in there. And it just gets me thinking a lot about these people from another time and another place. And it's just lovely. All right, that was 10 minutes. But I would like to get a bit more ink up in here. So that's 10 minutes. I'm kind of surprised with, even though I know that I've done a lot of 10-minute portraits in the past, the daily practice was becoming so expansive where I was doing a lot of like 50-minute portraits and 40 minutes and stuff. And so, yeah, sometimes I'm just surprised what can happen in 10 minutes. And of course, I've been practicing this for a long time. And I have had comments where I've shared like, here's a 10-minute portrait. And then someone's like, if I could do that in 10 minutes, I would do it too. And I was like, yeah, well, that's actually been like 15 years and 10 minutes. So if yours doesn't look like mine, that's okay. It shouldn't. Everyone's looks different. And I practice a lot. And you can practice with me because practicing together is fun. And if you'd like to join the Discord server, there is a link in the description. Please do that. And we can continue practicing drawing together there. And my Patreon. If you already support me on Patreon, thank you so much. It's amazing. It's something which has been slowly growing, and I feel like could really be a core part of, well, it already is. Although it hasn't financially been the main event, it has, in my thinking, played a very large role, and I just love the idea of like crowdfunding, many hands supporting the work, because yeah, just for $10 a month, Don't join up directly via the iOS app because they make you pay more. But it's like for $10 a month or for $5 a month, for like a coffee a month, you can get access to high resolution photos. But for $10 a month, you can follow along with my tutorials. And these two I made just today. These are this month's Patreon tutorials. So this month has been all about values. And I've been working with ink, which I love. And it's been super fun working on these, working together with you in the daily practice. And I'll just show you this spread. So check out my Patreon if you're interested in following along with those and supporting my work. And here is this spread. And I'm liking the frames. I really like what's happening in this spread. So thank you all for being here. If you've made it this far, please put a drawing hand emoji in the chat. And thank you to all of these unknown people who we've been drawing. Thank you to Babette Hines of The Found Photo for this amazing book, Photobooth. And yeah, if you would like to spend some time in your creative practice and learning this weekend, follow the link to my Patreon. And thumbs up, like and subscribe. I hope this was not too laggy, and I will try and iron out the bumps so that we can have it high resolution and not laggy. That would be an amazing combination. Thank you so much for those 4 drawing hands, Ike. Yeah, thank you. Drawn Together will be on Thursday. So I'll be talking more about that in the coming days. And this was fun. Thank you all for being here. And I hope you all sleep really deeply and well. And for those who can't, yeah, I don't know. I feel for you, and I hope that there will be no war and no genocide and people stop blowing people up. That would be great. This is always a nice distraction from such things, but it's something that occupies my thoughts a lot. And I hope in some way, just through this exercise of connecting and focusing on the faces of wonderful strangers from who knows where, from who knows when, that we realize, like, we're all people. We're all people, drawing people and connecting. And sharing is caring. Rest well, take care of each other, and I'll see you here again.